I'm Estelle Brink and I'm with Jericho Walls International Prayer Network. We're looking into different prayer tools that can equip you to do what you do best. Today we're going to look at how you can encourage the watchman on your wall in your prayer room to continue praying. Now, we've been involved in prayer for about 25 years now, and the one thing, a common theme that keeps recurring is people saying, I am tired. And we have now labeled it prayer fatigue. I don't know if there's really something like that, but it's like people have been so faithful for so long, enduring in prayer, praying through so many difficult situations and challenges. And then they just come to a space where personal matters also weigh down on them and they become tired. So I want to speak a little bit today about how you can encourage the watchmen on your wall regularly so they never end up in this space. I didn't really believe in prayer fatigue until it happened to me. So I hope to share from my own personal experience and mistakes to encourage you. How does it happen? And where does it come from? Now, what I have found is that prayer fatigue and spiritual oppression sometimes or almost always go hand in hand. When you feel weak and so tired to pray, you can be sure there is some spiritual oppression around your corner. The second thing is that if you are really tired, if you have practically just missed out on sleep on a regular basis for a long period of time, that you've just didn't have enough time to sleep or you work until late in the night, it will catch up on you. I remember one lady contacting me saying that she just finds it so difficult to keep a 3 to 4 prayer slot in the middle of the night. And I just spoke to her about the whole rhythm of sleep and how much sleep, solid sleep you need to get to remain vibrant just in normal life, let alone your prayer life. So there are things like this that we can learn in a practical way that is not necessarily spiritual oppression. So there are these two sides of the coin to take into consideration. So what are the warning signs of prayer fatigue or you being on this burnout point for prayer? Number one, I would say, is that you feel generally overwhelmed. This may spill over from your normal everyday life, or it may spill over from just being overwhelmed by the prayer information that you have to cover. Secondly, you start to dread your upcoming prayer time. And you think, oh no, I must go to prayer now. And then when you sit there, you don't know whether what you're going to pray now is really going to make a difference. That dreading of your prayer time. Thirdly, you find yourself that you start forgetting your prayer time and you start skipping a prayer slot and you feel like, oh, I will skip today and I will do it again tomorrow, and tomorrow come and you do the same. When that starts happening, prayer fatigue may be knocking on your door. Fourthly is to find when you are physically tired or challenged, when you are tired from work, tired from not getting enough sleep, things like that. Then lastly, when you're physically sick. Now, we have had instances of this where someone has had cancer and they literally had to go off the prayer watch for a while for their treatment time. And then I always find it so interesting how they return to the watch, because it becomes like a resort for them, a place of safety. That congregation of believers praying together becomes to them their prayer friends, and they want to return to the prayer wall after they had their treatment. So these are some of the reasons someone may feel that. So how do we care for the watchman? If you are the coordinator, it's very important, especially when you've got a small group, individually to contact people and ask them, how are you? Just that. And if they give some information, just send them a short prayer, caring for them for exactly where they are. If you've got a big group, you will have to ask Holy Spirit, whom do you want me to contact today that needs an encouragement? And you do that as the Lord leads. Then just general, secondly, appreciation, that you appreciate people for taking their watch, for taking their prayer time, for coming to the prayer room. Just say thank you that you do that. I know you are facing some challenging things sometimes, but thank you that you keep on coming. That word of appreciation goes a far long way. And then thirdly, it's very important that we do something to equip our people, to build them up. You can share a book with your group and maybe take one chapter a week and read through a book about prayer like this. You can share prayer teaching with them. You can gather them together and just encourage them and have them pray for one another. But do include some equipping and investment in the people in your prayer group. Then lastly, I want to pose to you 2 remedies for prayer fatigue. Now, whenever I have run into this place of becoming tired to pray, it's because my prayer time started making up more of intercession than adoration and worship. And the moment I put that back into balance, the moment I focus on worship and adoration of God, it strengthens me again. It infuses me again with strength and enthusiasm. So I want to encourage you to just check, are you spending all your prayer time in intercession, or is there adequate time just in connecting with God? And then secondly is time in the Word. You know, sometimes you just need to take one verse, read it, and sit with that verse in your heart and just meditate on it, think upon it, pray it to the Lord, meditate on it again, write it out. Just spend time in the Word. It refreshes like nothing else. May the Lord really equip you to overcome prayer fatigue and to strengthen also the watchmen in your prayer group.